Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we have a 3v3 on Varenka Hills, which is a huge just cityscape where both parties here spawn on different sides of the city. And they both get to push in and fight for this thing. So it's a decently even battle. Of course, factions that can take advantage of kind of narrow passageways are going to have a just better time in this map. And that's something to potentially take into consideration. But in this mod, I don't think they all have even funds here. So you can see the dwarves are coming in this side, and chaos is invading the city from this side. So it's a big old cluster right now. But generally, you can see we have Archaon, Kolek, and Sarthorial leading chaos, trolls, chaos warriors, chosen. Hell Cannons back here, more chosen, Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors, all good things. We have a number of exalted heroes on Manticores. Over here, you can see there's just one Feral Manticore and a exalted hero on a Manticore. And over here, you can see a huge contingent of cavalry, 2 units of Chaos Knights with Kolek and some Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, which is a good bring against the dwarves, just because you never know if they're going to have gyrocopters. And so Manticores and Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes are all great targets for gyrocopters. You can see the Chaos did put 2 Hounds of Pestilence over here. These are very tanky poison warhounds that have regeneration. And they do have Vanguard, so he's just using these guys to kind of scope out. So now we'll switch over to the Dwarven players. We have some Gyro Bombers over here, some Rangers with great weapons, Ulthars Raiders, some Miners, some forward deployed stuff. We got Skulder Guard, pretty typical Iron Breakers, Longbeards with great weapons, Ethereal Runesmith, some more Gyrocopters, Belgar, Grumbling Guard, Peak Gate Guard, Longbeards, Iron Breakers, a ton of artillery, Grudge Thrower, Organ Gun, 2 cannons, a huge line of Slayers with Iron Drake torpedoes, and a second Skulder Guard. So it's a Guildmaster Engineer, Belagar, and a Rune Lord. So a little bit more generic than the Chaos. So we'll just get started here. And as these guys kind of come to each other, we're going to just take a look at this map. This is super cool. Lots of these high choke points that only have one way up. You can see over here, very narrow valley right here that Iron Breakers could kind of sit in for days, and then a nice lip here. So you can see that's why he has left these Rangers with great weapons here, to just try and take advantage of that. There is this kind of side passage. Let's see what they can do over here. Oh, there's no way up over here, so it is what it is, but I guess they could flank around this way to kind of attack from 2 directions. And up here you can see just an even higher area. Oh my goodness. This would be like hell to assault. Luckily, the dwarves cannot place their stuff. So over here you can see this Skyhammer is running away from these Manticores. And good job kind of microing these guys. You can see this one's pushing off this way to catch him, and while this one chases him. So this is good tactics. Never let your guys just chase together, because then they're just wasting their time doing what one could do. So we'll see if he's able to catch him. Ooh, yeah, look at this. So if he can get this pick early on, it could be pretty devastating. 70, 96. So the Gyro Bomber should not be able to outrun these guys. But look at it go. I think they're just glitching on their charges or something. Oh yeah, they keep catching it just a little bit, but they're not able to get a lot of damage done. So you can see this huge Dwarven blob is pushing up. Some Hounds, keeping an eye on them, making sure they don't spread this way. Manticore's chasing this guy still. Don't want to get too close to these Rangers. Though, of course, they are stocked, so you can't see them. You can see over here, Trolls, of course, and Sarthorial being far faster than the Chaos Warriors, pushing up here. Hell Cannons even farther behind. I always forget to proc the abilities. Over here you can see the Exalted Hero taking some shots. The benefit of the Exalted Hero over the Feral Manticore is he does have a silver shield. So he'll be far better at taking out, or dealing with, wow, ranged fire was what I was going to say. But this guy actually has fire damage, which makes him an interesting pick. And this guy does have Mark of Corn, so gives him a little bit of differentiation there. They're going to pull out, which is a good move. Sartorial's going to run up here. This is great. Start getting those Winds of Magic going. Oh my god, let's watch this. Oh god. And the benefit of bringing Sartorial here is he gets the Overcast Gehenna's Golden Hounds for free. So, holy, look at that. Almost took out an entire Longbeard with great weapons. So we'll see how he does. Looks like some potential return volleys over here. He does have a huge amount of resistance. Over here you can see nothing's quite happening yet. Just don't want to make sure you guys don't miss any of the action. Now I'm actually not in this game, so this is a community cast. It's a lot of the same players you see in a lot of my other videos. You can see those hounds coming down here. Sartorial is going to be running over to do another Golden Hounds. But this time the firing line is getting more and more set up. The cannon's coming up. But you can see that this is going to be the spot where they hold down. So we can see over here, these Chaos Knights still making the loop. Over here, Chaos with throwing axes. They do have these Slayers in the back, which is not good for those Knights. Up here, you can see nice job. Oh, Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Might as well, I guess. You probably won't be in range of anything soon for a while. You can see all these ranged. All this ranged is repositioning. Doing some decent damage here, but they are about to be obliterated by those troll hammers and those throwing axes. You can see marked by Ulthar is being dropped, making them even easier to hit. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Look at that, like, oh god. A Grudge Thrower crew. Grumbling Guard, Thunderers, 2 units of Thunderers almost. Oh my goodness. That was just brutality. So let's see if we can find, look at all these dead Dwarven corpses. So definitely trading very well there with those Golden Hounds. It looks like he's taking a little bit of damage. But the Chaos is going to need every little thing they can get to be able to crush through this formation here. Luckily for the Chaos, no Nord-Grimlings Ironbreakers. You can see these Gyrocopters coming up here to take some pot shots. Hounds positioned over here for when they move these guys. Chaos is moving up. See how many Chosen they have. Do they just have one? One Chosen? Some Aspiring Champions. Oh man, this is going to be good. But look at this huge just line of Slayers and guns. The cannons will actually probably have a hard time firing up here, just because of the weird angle. You can see over there they're shooting at those Hounds of Pestilence. Definitely not the best target. I would have them shooting at Sartorial because, oh my god, he cast another one. Holy Jesus. This one seemed slightly less effective. It's better against things that have armor. But any damage you can put down here on these Slayers is good damage because they are, as you know, unbreakable. So cannons are now opening fire at Sartorial. Great choice. He's just going to keep dropping those. Oh, down goes the Ever Chicken. But I would probably switch now to the infantry, or even the Hell Cannon, because oh man, let's watch this Hell Cannon shot, because the Hell Cannon was recently buffed, so it is pretty terrifying now. Man. And it could, a great target for it is these Rangers with great weapons. Over here you can see some Manticores have been dropping down, just harassing. Kolek is now around the flank. The Chaos Knights are over here, sending some Trolls as kind of a flanking force. That's much better than the Chaos Warriors, just because the Chaos Warriors are so slow. And you can see they've given up this flank and just pushed in. So now there's really only 3 ways of attack. There's in through the back, in through the front, or around this flank. So you can see Chaos is doing a nice job of pressuring all 3 of those sides. And now that the Slayers are up here, the Chaos Knights are going to have a much better time down here, especially with all the ranged over here. And you can see, I think he's shooting at the Scolder Guard. Decent choice. I can't tell what the cannons are firing at, but that one will miss. And you can see Sartorial taking a bit of damage. Let's see where he's going. Where's he going? What's he going to cast? Final Transmutation on the Marine Lord. Okay. Probably not the best choice. Would have probably cast it over here because you would have gotten that on the Ethereal Runesmith. Nice job coming in here, baiting those volleys from those Ironbreakers. I'd much rather have that on than on my Chaos Marauders. Over here you can see Kolek is just getting put down in a trash can. This Flamestorm though, look at that, just annihilated those Ulthar's Rangers. Doing some good damage with the Hell Cannon shooting in. Oh man. The Slayers are not a bad target either. So you can see this main line has engaged. Over here, Chaos Warhounds in. And these guys are going to be shooting around them, so not a bad way to use those guys. You can see Sartorial's in the middle, popping that Scroll of Shielding. Kolek is fleeing. This Flamestorm is still going. I think this is the one time Flamestorm actually paid for itself. But you can see a lot of these anti-large units still up and running. As the Trolls finally get in here in the back. Knights waiting for a good time. Manticores hunting down those Gyrocopters. That's great. You don't want them shooting into the back. And I think he just dropped a bunch of bombs over here. Let's see what the kills are on this guy. Yeah, 99. So he dropped a bunch of those bombs. Look at that blood splatter. So a lot of those Chaos Marauders are going down. There's nothing you can do about that. So they've kind of secured this. They finally crashed in through the middle. The Iron... Oh, man, that bomb. The Ironbreakers are taking a bit of damage, but not very much at all. So this is not good for the Chaos players. Over here you can see they've still got quite a bit back here. Their artillery's still up and running. They're firing in, doing some good damage. I really like these Iron Drake with Trollhammer torpedoes in this mod just because they do a lot of damage. Even to armored infantry. So over here you can see trying to get a nice angle shot. Chaos Knights pulling back. Kolek has even come back to the fight, so that is a boon. And over here you can see just nothing you can do but blob in here. Hope to take down these Ironbreakers as fast as possible. You can see Archaon in the middle, who's a beast in this mod. He does Armor Sunder, so it'll help the rest of these guys do some extra damage. You can see in the back though, they seem to be winning. But up here, they seem to be not... This has kind of been solidified, so they have to fight all the way up this tiny little choke point here. And they still have some reserves here. You can see those miners still throwing in. What a good angle. This is like the Dwarves' wet dream. You can see these Chaos Knights just not finding a home. But will definitely be terrifying in the late game with that pure anti-infantry bonus. Because if we look... We'll slow down here. We look... Yeah, so they're mostly armor piercing. They do a decent amount of armor piercing. If you count the anti-infantry, more armor piercing than none. You can see over here, he's dedicated to this flank. So you can see he's bringing his Chosen up here, his Aspiring Champions, and his Trolls. So this is a very expensive Chaos contingent here that's pushing up this way. You can see these Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors just getting slowly beaten to death. Sartorial still alive. This would be a great target for Gehenna's Golden Hounds. Oh boy. What is this? Kolek's Lightning just doing a chunk of health on these guys. So definitely helpful. Because miners will last a pretty decently long time, and they will trade against, pretty cost effectively against these Chaos Marauders and the Chaos Warriors, just because, especially when they've thrown their blasting charges for free. You can see over here, the Chosen, if they can get the Chosen on these Slayers, will slaughter them, but I definitely don't want to see those Trolls engaged over there. You can see Archaon still very healthy. Kolek is getting grenade launched. He's basically the perfect target for them. Decently armored. Large target. And there he's going to go down to the Troll Hammers. Or the Dragon Ogre Hammers. And now you can see switching to Sartorial. Oh man. Not even Sartorial is going to be able to survive a barrage like that for long. So over here you can see the Exalted Hero has shut down the Scolder Guard. Marauder Horseman with throwing axes almost out, helping to take down these Peak Gate Guard. Chaos Knight still in reserve. Bringing the Aspiring Champions in first here is a great move, just because these are like a 2200 gold unit. And they have a ton of armor and a ton of weapon strength, and more importantly, just a lot of melee defense, which will make the Slayers have a hard time kind of getting through them. Because the Slayers are really only cost effective against stuff with low melee defense, so they can put their extremely high weapon strength through a lot of the time. So with these guys' AoE attacks, they'll just start cutting through these guys. You can see over here, Exalted Hero is being gunned down by those Troll Hammers. Did I miss Sartorial? Oh, Sartorial's safe in this little nook and cranny. So you can see over here, just these Chaos Knights just waiting for this to crack. But those Iron Breakers are nearly unbreakable, so. Over here you can see he has run his trolls through perfect right onto the Longbeards. They'll slaughter this unit without taking very much damage at all, which is great. So you can see him trying to pat these Slayers out over here. That'll just help the Chosen kind of deal with them faster. You can see Organ Gun still lined up. It's going to destroy that Exalted Hero. Nice job keeping Sartorial safe, just putting him away in a corner. Trolls coming around, probably hoping to get a rear charge, but they're going to bring these miners in. You can see these Grumbling Guards shatter. These miners are going to hold back this line, but if they kind of break through here and are able to push up here, there's not much ammo left, it looks like, actually. Scolder Guard could still do a number on them. But you can see these Chosen, yeah, just slaughtering these Slayers. The Chaos Trolls, look, they are routing from that attack in the rear, plus the very strong Slayers they're not happy fighting against. See these cannons having a hard time firing. Hell Cannon shot coming in there. You can see targeting this. I definitely probably would target these Chaos Warriors. I'd also probably bring some of those Troll Hammers over here. Start shooting into those Chaos Knights, because they are pretty scary. And you can see the Scolder Guard is doing just that. Which is good. A lot of the two Gyrocopters still up. This is still pretty even, but I think these Chosen, this core here, is really the terrifying part. This is a ton of money that the Dwarfs have not dealt with in any way. And Chosen are just terrifying if you don't hurt them at all before they get into combat. So you can see here, I think they're finally realizing that. They're bringing over the Scolder Guard to take some shots. We'll see how they do. Yeah, I think these Aspiring Champions are just pretty low model. You can see they're doing a ton of damage. But they're just, these guys are better against kind of more models. So they're going to get in here and start chunking those guys. Oh man, so it's not looking good here. They've broken through on this side. You can see Archaon still alive, Sartorial still alive. If they could snipe both those leaders, maybe they could kind of route all this stuff. But like Chosen, they're not going to route in this mod with the loss of the leader, so it's looking pretty grim for the Dwarves. The Dwarves still have all their leadership, though it's pretty hurt. You can see Belgar being hunted by Archaon. Oh man, yeah, just look at this. Just horde of Chaos Trolls coming up here. And yeah, you can see these guys in the back are just gonna... Chosen are just amazing at taking out heroes because they have just amazing stats. And plus Frenzy makes that even stronger. So you can see up to 126 kills there. Yeah, and they're just gonna come through here and route all this stuff. Because they do cause terror as well. And with the Aspiring Champion Sundering Armor, it's just going to make their damage output even more terrifying. Yeah, so it's just going to be Throny here, left. Yeah, so that was looking pretty grim for the Chaos in the early phases of that battle. But it turned around, I think, mostly when those Gehenna's Golden Hounds shutting down those Thunder units. Those Thunder units could have like just had their go with this whole line and slaughtered it very quickly. But those Gehenna's Golden Hounds blobbing up on this little thing with the with Sartorial too close. Um, yeah, just those poor Thunderers, and losing the Grudge Thrower as well. Um, a lot of their ranged firepower went down. So we'll just fast forward here as this Runesmith goes down. So good game to everybody involved. So we'll go through. So we got Jack. I showed a lot of his Beastmen replays. Marcus Skine as Chaos, of course, and Venris, who's kind of one of the creators of the mod. Over here you can see the Bearded Dawi playing the Bearded Dawi. Phyllis, who we also had a number of tournament battles with. Oh, those poor Thunderers with 0 kills. Oh no, and Crazy Mofo over here as well. So Jack, we can see here Sartorial, 310 kills. Definitely doing work. I think he also just formed that main blob that kind of allowed the other players to move around. Hell Cannon definitely just helping. Chaos Knights doing pretty well. Marauder Horsemen doing very well. Hounds of Pestilence doing nice scouting, but just, I don't know, don't really have a place against the Dwarves, I think, just because they have so little armor-piercing damage, though their lethal poison does go through armor, so maybe in a less constricted map. You can see Kolek helping out Venris. With that Firestorm, Arcane got a ton of kills. The Chosen doing very well. Aspiring Champions doing very well. Even these Armored Trolls racking up a ton of kills. So it looks like Venris was the kind of flanking force. And then he committed some of these guys and Archaon to that main engagement, knowing that these guys were elite enough to be safe without leadership around. Bearded Dawi, you can see his Starcopters did okay. His Ironbreakers did great. Skolder Guard probably just got shut down by those Manticores so often. Longbeards doing okay, and these Hammers you'd almost expect better, but they were fighting Hounds of Pestilence and like Knights and very low model units, so that's probably why they don't have very many kills. Go over here, 0 on all these Slayers. Really? I guess they were fighting Manticores, and then they were fighting Chosen and Trolls, and that's just crazy. These Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes definitely doing work, taking out Kolek. I'm doing a ton of damage to Sartorial, really helping out the Skolder Guard. Again, 0 kills, not doing much. Maybe the angle wasn't right for shooting down. Grudge got killed at the beginning. Organ Gun definitely helping to take out some of those Manticores. And one of these cannons doing okay. I like that they kind of had their different areas. Crazy Mofo definitely brought a lot of the artillery here. Phyllis here, you can see his miners with blasting charges doing very well. His Thunder is really not, but look at that Skyhammer, 207 kills, even though it's being hounded the whole time. So definitely love this bring, especially in those narrow corridors. And the Skyhammer is just so much better than the other ones because it takes so much less micromanagement as opposed to the regular Gyro Bomber. Just because you only have to click it like 4 times. With the other Gyro Bomber, you have to be constantly like going over and bombing stuff. This guy, you just got to do it a couple of times and you'll rack up a ton of kills. But anyways, great game to these guys. And if you want some more community cast, custom map battles, let me know. Send me some replays, newport5886@gmail.com, and I will look over them and show them here. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and that's that.